Have you ever considered that your nightly routine might be quietly harming you in ways you've never imagined? It might seem far-fetched, but data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reveals that more than 70,000 older individuals pass away in their sleep each year in the United States alone. While many assume these tragedies are an inevitable consequence of aging, a surprising number of them are connected to nighttime habits that go unquestioned for decades. These aren't dramatic, obvious mistakes. They're subtle patterns that creep into daily life and go unnoticed until the consequences become irreversible. As we grow older, our bodies adapt in unexpected ways. Organs that once operated with silent efficiency become more sensitive to change. Sleep itself becomes lighter and more fragmented. The heart no longer tolerates the same fluctuations it once did with ease. Cognitive functions such as memory, mood regulation, and spatial awareness begin to rely more heavily on routine and deep rest. The simple act of going to bed and waking up becomes more consequential than we think. Despite all these changes, many continue repeating the same bedtime rituals they practiced for decades. Some of these practices, although harmless in younger years, begin to clash with the body's changing physiology. What's particularly worrying is that most people don't realize the danger until a serious event forces the issue into the open. One such routine, often overlooked due to its apparent benefit, is drinking water too close to bedtime. Hydration, of course, is vital for all of us. It keeps the body's systems functioning, aiding digestion, regulating temperature, delivering nutrients, cushioning joints, and flushing waste from the kidneys. Without adequate water, none of our biological systems work as they should. However, the timing of hydration matters, especially at night. Drinking large amounts of fluid within a couple of hours before bed can disrupt the body's ability to rest and recover. As the kidneys become less efficient at filtering fluid, and the bladder loses its elasticity, nighttime urination becomes more frequent and urgent. This may not sound alarming at first. After all, waking up once or twice to visit the bathroom is common, but in the dark, half awake, the body is far more prone to accidents. Blood pressure often drops upon standing. Balance may not be as steady as it once was. The brain is still transitioning between sleep stages, and reflexes are slower. Combine all of this with a dark hallway or a stray object in the path, and a simple trip to the bathroom becomes a genuine hazard. Slips, falls, and collisions during these moments are among the most frequent causes of nighttime injuries in aging individuals, and some of these accidents have devastating consequences. There's another layer to this that's often missed. Every time the body is pulled out of sleep to respond to the urge to urinate, it disrupts the crucial stages of rest. Deep sleep, especially slow-wave and REM phases, are when the body undergoes repair, the immune system strengthens, and the brain consolidates memories. Interruptions fragment the sleep cycle, robbing the body of that restorative time. Chronic interruptions, even ones that seem minor, have been associated with memory loss, increased systemic inflammation, elevated stress hormone levels, and even cognitive decline. The heart, too, is affected by this nighttime fluid processing. When the body is forced to eliminate excess water during the night, the cardiovascular system must adjust. This means changes in blood pressure and added strain on heart function. In individuals already managing heart-related issues, this subtle pressure can become too much. Episodes of irregular heartbeat, chest discomfort, or even more severe cardiac events may arise, not due to overexertion or stress, but from something as seemingly innocent as a late-night glass of water. It's easy to see how the intention to stay healthy by staying hydrated could backfire when not aligned with the body's rhythms. The solution, thankfully, isn't drastic. It's about becoming more attuned to the body's timing. Drinking sufficient water early in the day, ideally between morning and late afternoon, allows the body to absorb and distribute hydration effectively while also giving it time to process fluids well before bedtime. As the evening approaches, gradually decreasing water intake can reduce the need for nighttime awakenings. If thirst strikes close to bedtime, it's best to take small sips instead of drinking full glasses. This minor adjustment can have a surprisingly large impact. Avoiding drinks with diuretic effects, such as coffee, black or green tea, and even some juices, can also help reduce nighttime urination. These beverages stimulate the kidneys and increase urine production, further intensifying the urge to get up at night. Environmental changes can also play a critical role in preventing accidents. Ensuring the path to the bathroom is free of clutter and well-lit is essential. A motion-activated light, small night lamp, or plug-in hallway glow can make all the difference. Rugs should be secured or removed. Footwear should be slip-resistant, and familiar objects should be kept in predictable places. Rising from bed slowly and allowing a few moments for blood pressure to stabilize before walking is another effective practice to prevent lightheadedness or imbalance. All of these strategies center around one idea: working with the body instead of against it. Even small changes to routine can significantly lower risks and improve nighttime rest. The connection between what we do in the final hour before bed and the quality and safety of our sleep is far more powerful than most realize. A simple shift in when and how much we hydrate could mean deeper sleep, fewer accidents, and a reduced burden on vital organs. In a world where daily routines are often dictated by habit rather than intention, taking time to reassess what we do before sleep can provide a profound opportunity for healing, longevity, and peace of mind. The body is always communicating, especially at night. The key is learning to listen. Give your body a moment to adjust before standing up fully. Making small changes like this can help preserve your sleep quality, lower your risk of nighttime injuries, and support your well-being without losing the advantages of proper hydration. Let's turn to another habit that's easy to underestimate but can quietly strain the body more than we often realize: eating late at night. For many, enjoying a snack or a warm meal shortly before bed offers a sense of comfort and closure to the day. It becomes a ritual, a soothing end to long hours. But as the body changes with age, this practice can begin to trigger a cascade of effects that reach far beyond simple indigestion. Metabolism tends to slow with time. The digestive system, once able to process a wide range of foods without difficulty, becomes more selective and less efficient. The pancreas doesn't produce insulin with the same speed, and blood sugar level can become harder to regulate. Cholesterol and triglyceride responses to food may intensify. When the stomach is forced to work through heavy meals at night, this added digestive load interferes with the body's natural rhythm of rest and repair. Instead of recovering during sleep, internal systems remain active and stressed. One of the most immediate effects of eating late is acid reflux, especially when lying down soon after finishing a meal. In this position, stomach acid can flow back into the esophagus with ease, leading to that familiar and uncomfortable burning sensation in the chest or throat. While this might seem like a minor inconvenience, repeated episodes can gradually cause lasting inflammation and tissue damage. If particles of acid or undigested food are accidentally inhaled during sleep, it can even increase the risk of aspiration pneumonia. Studies have shown that those who eat within 3 hours of lying down are significantly more prone to reflux and nighttime breathing disturbances. But the effects don't stop at the digestive system. Late-night meals, particularly those high in carbohydrates or sugar, can cause blood sugar levels to rise just as the body should be settling into rest. Because insulin sensitivity often decreases with age, this means glucose remains in the bloodstream longer than it should. Consistently elevated nighttime blood sugar has been linked to the development of insulin resistance and even the early stages of type 2 diabetes. In those already managing condition, it complicates overnight regulation and can disrupt morning glucose levels as well. A study conducted in 2020 by researchers publishing in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism revealed that meals consumed late in the evening were associated with significantly higher fasting blood glucose and insulin levels the next day. The impact is particularly noticeable in older adults, whose natural insulin responses are already less robust. Over time, this pattern can make blood sugar control increasingly difficult. Heart function is another area quietly influenced by when and how we eat. Typically, blood pressure dips at night to allow the cardiovascular system to rest. However, eating too close to bedtime can disrupt this natural lowering of blood pressure. When digestion is still actively underway during sleep, the heart must continue working harder than usual. This phenomenon, known as non-dipping, has been linked to a greater risk of strokes and cardiac events. Heavy, fatty meals late at night are especially problematic, as they can trigger irregular heart rhythms and elevate blood lipids when the body is least prepared to manage them. To ease this strain, the best approach is to allow the body sufficient time to digest before heading to bed. Finishing the last substantial meal at least 3 hours prior to sleep gives the stomach time to empty and reduces the chance of reflux or metabolic disruption. Lighter meals with lean proteins, steamed vegetables, or complex carbohydrates are easier on the body and less likely to cause overnight disturbances. If hunger strikes close to bedtime, something modest, a piece of banana, a spoonful of plain yogurt, or a few unsalted almonds, can satisfy without overwhelming the system. Beyond food, another overlooked risk factor lies in the way we sleep. Most people have a preferred sleep position they rarely question. However, certain positions can quietly place added stress on vulnerable systems. Lying on the back, while often thought of as restful, can actually present a number of dangers, particularly for breathing and heart function. In the supine position, gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues of the throat to relax backward, partially blocking airflow. This is especially problematic for those who snore or have undiagnosed sleep apnea. The airway becomes narrower, airflow becomes restricted, and oxygen levels can drop. Even those without obvious sleep disorders may experience shallow breathing or reduced oxygen intake. Studies have shown that back sleeping can exacerbate breathing issues by as much as 40% compared to sleeping on one side. This decreased oxygen flow doesn't just disturb rest, it can have profound biological consequences. Repeated disruptions in breathing, even minor ones, stress the cardiovascular system and raise blood pressure. Over time, this can lead to persistent hypertension, greater inflammation, and a significantly elevated risk of heart attacks or strokes. One study from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found a notable increase in nocturnal cardiac incidents among those who sleep on their backs. For those with digestive challenges such as acid reflux or hiatal hernia, lying on the back only intensifies symptoms. Gravity no longer helps keep acid in the stomach, and upward flow into the esophagus becomes more likely. Silent reflux, episodes that don't cause noticeable heartburn but still damage the throat, can occur, leading to chronic coughing, sore throat, or difficulty swallowing over time. Sleeping on the left side offers a more favorable alternative. This position has been shown to support better digestion, improve blood flow, and reduce pressure on the heart and internal organs. It encourages more effective lymphatic drainage and makes it harder for acid to travel upward into the esophagus. For those who struggle to change positions, using a body pillow or wedge behind the back can make side sleeping feel more natural and supportive. Becoming aware of these underlying influences when we eat, how we hydrate, and how we rest can help shape evenings that truly promote recovery, not quiet harm. Each of these adjustments, though small on their own, contributes to a broader rhythm that supports resilience, calm, and longevity. As the body continues to evolve with time, it deserves rest that matches its needs, not routines that belong to a different chapter of life. Esophageal lining, but also raises the risk of aspiration, where stomach contents accidentally travel into the lungs. This can lead to serious complications such as pneumonia or even long-term damage to lung tissue. In some cases, repeated exposure of the esophagus to acid and enzymes can increase the risk of cellular changes that may eventually contribute to esophageal cancer. These are not immediate dangers, but they are gradual, compounding risks that can develop silently over years if nightly habits remain unchanged. There's also a lesser-known neurological aspect worth considering. Recent findings from researchers at Stony Brook University reveal that sleeping on the back may significantly reduce the brain's ability to clear waste. The brain has a natural cleansing system, called the glymphatic system, that becomes active during sleep and works to flush out harmful proteins, including those linked to cognitive disorders like Alzheimer's disease. According to the study, back sleeping was shown to reduce this cleansing efficiency by as much as 63% compared to side sleeping. This means that over time, waste products that should have been flushed away may linger, potentially accelerating memory loss and cognitive decline. Sleeping on the right side isn't without concerns either. In this position, the heart's major vessels may be subjected to increased pressure, which can hinder optimal blood flow. For those with underlying vulnerabilities, this added resistance may place unnecessary strain on the cardiovascular system and increase the likelihood of circulation issues or worsening of existing heart conditions. By contrast, the left side remains the most widely recommended sleeping position. Lying on the left promotes better blood circulation and supports more efficient digestion. It also encourages a natural positioning of the stomach below the esophagus, helping reduce the risk of acid reflux and heartburn during the night. Importantly, left-side sleeping is also associated with more effective lymphatic drainage in the brain, which could support long-term neurological resilience. Adjusting sleep posture can be difficult, especially if you spent years sleeping on your back or right side. But small adaptations can ease the transition. Placing a firm pillow between your knees can help keep the hips and spine aligned comfortably. A second pillow behind your back can act as a barrier to prevent rolling over during sleep. Using an orthopedic neck pillow may further stabilize your head and neck, promoting spinal alignment while maintaining comfort. And if acid reflux is a concern, slightly elevating the head of your bed using risers or wedge pillow can reduce nighttime symptoms. Training your body to sleep on the left side may take time, but the long-term benefits, from reduced nighttime breathing problems to improved cognitive support, make the effort worthwhile. Small shifts in sleep posture can create powerful changes in how you feel each morning and how well your body functions long-term. Another often overlooked factor that significantly influences sleep quality and overall well-being is the temperature of your bedroom. Many people instinctively seek warmth and comfort at night. This can mean keeping the thermostat high, using heavy quilts, or closing off airflow to preserve heat. But while this may feel cozy, it can actually create an environment that interferes with your body's ability to sleep deeply and safely. Our internal clock is programmed to lower body temperature slightly as we fall asleep. This natural cooling process sends a signal to the brain that it's time to rest and initiates the deeper phases of sleep that are critical for healing and regeneration. When your room is too warm, typically above 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius, this process is interrupted. Instead of slipping into restorative sleep, the body must work harder to release excess heat, often resulting in restlessness, fragmented sleep, or even night sweats and morning fatigue. For those with reduced temperature regulation abilities, warm environments become even more challenging. Studies have shown that sleeping in hot rooms can reduce slow-wave sleep by as much as 30%. This is a phase of sleep responsible for immune support, memory consolidation, and tissue repair. Without it, the body struggles to keep inflammation in check, manage blood pressure effectively, and protect against long-term conditions related to metabolic and cognitive health. Dehydration is another hidden risk of overheating during sleep. When the body loses fluids through perspiration overnight, but the sense of thirst is blunted, fluid levels drop quietly. This can thicken the blood, increasing the likelihood of clotting, impairing circulation, and heightening the risk of arrhythmias or stroke. For those already managing heart or respiratory issues, the body's added effort to cool itself may exacerbate existing conditions, leading to shortness of breath or cardiac stress. The most beneficial sleeping environment typically falls between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. This cooler range helps trigger the body's natural sleep responses and promotes uninterrupted rest. Lightweight, breathable bedding is essential. Cotton or moisture-wicking fabrics offer comfort without trapping heat. Instead of using one heavy blanket, layering multiple light ones makes it easier to adjust warmth as needed throughout the night. If cool air feels uncomfortable initially, a fan can help circulate air and prevent heat buildup while allowing the body to cool gently. Airflow also contributes to oxygen levels in the room, which supports easier breathing and prevents stuffiness. A slightly open window can make a difference, not just in temperature but in maintaining fresh air quality. Just as important as where and how we sleep is how we rise from that sleep. Waking abruptly and standing too quickly, particularly during the night or early morning, can trigger a sudden drop in blood pressure known as orthostatic hypertension. This condition leads to dizziness, blurred vision, and in some cases, complete loss of balance. The room may spin, your legs may feel unstable, and before your body has a chance to stabilize, you may find yourself on the floor. These sudden shifts are more common during the night when the circulatory system is relaxed, the muscles are less engaged, and the brain is still transitioning from sleep. Blood pools in the lower extremities, and without a gradual change in posture, there isn't enough time for the heart to adjust and pump efficiently. This creates a moment of vulnerability that can result in falls, head trauma, or fractures. Rather than leaping out of bed, a safe approach involves a brief pause. Sit on the edge of the bed and take a few breaths. Flex your ankles and wiggle your toes. Let your body adjust to the new position. This gives the cardiovascular system a moment to recalibrate and reduces the risk of instability. Keeping a glass of water nearby and ensuring the path to the bathroom is well lit and unobstructed can further prevent accidents. These small measures allow you to protect your balance, your brain, and your bones, all while starting your day with clarity and control. Hypertension. This condition refers to a sudden drop in blood pressure that occurs when moving from lying down to standing up too quickly. As the body ages, its ability to efficiently regulate blood flow during position changes becomes less reliable. When you rise too fast, blood can momentarily pool in your legs, leaving your brain without the oxygen-rich circulation it needs. That's the moment when dizziness strikes, or you may feel lightheaded, disoriented, or even black out for a few seconds. This isn't just an unpleasant experience, it's a serious risk. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that individuals with orthostatic hypertension had a significantly elevated risk for falls, fractures, and even mortality. The timing of these incidents matters too. Many of the most dangerous falls happen in the middle of the night or just after waking, when blood pressure is naturally low and the nervous system is still transitioning from a state of rest. The result can be devastating: broken hips, concussions, wrist fractures, and prolonged periods of immobility that take months to recover from. In many cases, a single fall is enough to permanently alter one's quality of life, leading to decreased mobility, dependence on others, and complications that compound over time. Fortunately, simple preventative steps can dramatically reduce the chances of this happening. The first is giving the body time to adjust. Upon waking, it's safer to sit up slowly, allowing circulation to stabilize. Wiggle your toes, flex your ankles, take several deep breaths, and pause before standing. These small motions gently wake the vascular system and give the heart a chance to catch up before it's required to pump blood at a faster rate. Keeping a glass of water beside the bed can also help. Taking a sip before standing may reduce mild dehydration, which is another contributing factor to morning dizziness. Ensuring a clear, well-lit path from bed to bathroom is essential. Use night lights, remove trip hazards like loose rugs or scattered items, and opt for non-slip slippers instead of socks. If medications are part of your daily routine, particularly those at lower blood pressure, speak with your healthcare provider to assess if the timing or dosage needs adjusting to avoid low-pressure episodes during the night. Making the choice to slow down your movements, even just slightly, can mean the difference between a safe transition and a dangerous fall. It's not just about comfort. It's about protecting long-term physical integrity and maintaining control over daily life. Another commonly overlooked nighttime issue is something that's often joked about or dismissed entirely: snoring. While it may seem harmless or even humorous, snoring, particularly when paired with pauses in breathing or gasping during sleep, can be a loud red flag for something much more serious. Many brush it off as a quirk or mild nuisance, but it can signal the presence of obstructive sleep apnea, a condition that disrupts breathing hundreds of times a night without the person being aware. Sleep apnea occurs when the throat muscles relax excessively during sleep, causing the airway to narrow or close. When this happens, breathing temporarily stops, oxygen levels drop, and the heart must suddenly work harder to restore balance. These repeated interruptions place enormous stress on the cardiovascular system. Over time, the effects accumulate, increasing the risk of high blood pressure, arrhythmias, heart attacks, and strokes. According to findings from the Sleep Heart Health Study, untreated sleep apnea increases the risk of fatal heart attacks by 30% and strokes by up to 60%. Nearly 40% of older adults are estimated to experience some form of sleep apnea, yet up to 80% of cases go undiagnosed. One of the reasons is that people often don't realize the severity of what's happening during sleep. They may feel exhausted during the day, have trouble concentrating, or wake up with dry mouth or a pounding headache, but never connect those symptoms back to disrupted breathing at night. Sleep apnea doesn't only endanger the heart, it also damages the brain. Without enough deep, restorative sleep, the brain cannot clear waste, repair cells, or consolidate memories effectively. Chronic sleep deprivation from apnea has been linked to memory problems, cognitive decline, and even structural brain changes. Researchers found that individuals with untreated moderate to severe sleep apnea can experience brain shrinkage in memory-related areas at nearly triple the rate seen in typical aging. This kind of deterioration can accelerate forgetfulness, confusion, and difficulty processing information. Often, it's a loved one who notices the signs first: loud snoring, choking sounds, long gaps in breathing, or frequent awakenings. But other red flags may go unnoticed, such as persistent fatigue, falling asleep during quiet moments, or struggling to stay alert during daily routines. Chronic insomnia or difficulty falling and staying asleep can also be linked to underlying breathing disturbances, neurological conditions, or hormone imbalances. These symptoms should never be overlooked. If any of these signs sound familiar, it's important to get evaluated. Sleep studies, either at home or in a clinic, can diagnose sleep apnea and related disorders accurately. Treatments such as CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure, machines, lifestyle changes, or even simple positional therapy can significantly improve sleep quality and reduce health risks. Studies consistently show that addressing sleep apnea not only improves quality of life but also reduces cardiovascular events, restores cognitive function, and extends longevity. Treating it early is one of the most impactful decisions you can make for overall well-being and peace of mind. Taking medication before bed is a routine many older adults follow, whether it's a sleeping aid, blood pressure tablet, or pain reliever for aching joints. It feels like part of a calming ritual to end the day. But some of these habits, while seemingly harmless, could be silently affecting your health in serious ways. Take sleeping pills and sedatives. For instance, medications such as diazepam, clonazepam, or alprazolam work by slowing the central nervous system. While they may help you relax, they also reduce the depth and rhythm of your breathing. For those with existing heart or lung conditions, this can lead to complications. Research published in the British Medical Journal shows that long-term use of these medications is linked to increased risks of falls, confusion, and even death. Their sedative effects don't always wear off by morning, leaving you groggy and more prone to accidents around the house. Certain antidepressants and muscle relaxants also interfere with the deepest stages of sleep, which are essential for mental clarity and memory. Over time, this can contribute to forgetfulness or cognitive decline. Even common painkillers like NSAIDs, ibuprofen or diclofenac, can pose a problem when used regularly. They strain the kidneys and liver, making it harder for your body to clear toxins. These medications also increase the risk of internal bleeding, especially if taken with other prescriptions. Blood pressure medication is another example. While some benefit from taking it at night, others may experience an unsafe drop in pressure during sleep, which can reduce blood flow to the brain. Studies from the journal Hypertension show that timing matters more than most people realize. As our metabolism slows with age, the risk of drug interactions becomes higher. Medications can stay in the body longer, and combining them without proper guidance may amplify side effects or lead to dangerous outcomes. Always speak to your doctor or pharmacist before making changes. If you experience confusion, drowsiness, or dizziness, ask about safe alternatives or lifestyle-based solutions. Taking control of your nighttime habits, especially around medication, is one of the smartest ways to protect your body and mind. It's a simple shift that could help you sleep more soundly and reduce your risk of accidents or complications. If this video helped you understand the hidden dangers of bedtime medication, let us know in the comments below. Share your experience or your own tip for safer sleep. We read every message. And if you found this content valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more evidence-based insights on living well. Thanks for watching.